banking and entrepreneurship, and she works with growth stage founders. Please note that, growth stage founders across Africa to build businesses that run and grow beyond the founder. She works using a code framework, and she will tell us what a code framework is about, to help entrepreneurs close the gaps in strategy, in structure, in sales, and leadership, so that businesses stop depending on them to function and stop scaling. And without much further ado, please allow me to welcome our speaker of the day, the beautiful Rachael Ngindu. Please, Rachael, take it up, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Juliet. And good morning, FOWEK members. Nice to see you all early in the morning. And from the chat so far, I can see you're very eager to see and to learn and to share about this topic. It's a topic that is close to every business owner's heart, because we need to build businesses that grow and thrive without depending on us for everything. Allow me to share my screen in 1 minute so we can kickstart the presentation.
And as Rachael shares our screen, kindly, as we listen in, if we have any arising questions during the presentation, please let's share it in the chat. We'll have a session for question and answer before we close today. Thank you.
You can all see my screen, right?
Yes, kindly put it in presentation mode, Rachael, so that it's bigger.
Okay.
It's showing the other way around. Maybe you can flip it for the notes to be on your end.
Okay. Is that okay now?
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Okay, let's start by reflecting on this question. And I would like you to think about this and just answer honestly. If you left your business for 2 weeks, completely unavailable, no phone call, no email, no Zoom, nothing, you're completely unavailable, what would happen? Please type in the chat. Let me know. Let us know what would happen. We are all in business and we are here to learn. So I would really love to know where your business is at. If you left your business for 2 weeks, what would actually happen? Let me know in the chat. And you can help me read from the chat. Juliet?
Yes, we have quite a number of responses. It will shut down, it will close down pubs, sales will go down, there would be literally no business, many mistakes, it would stall, nothing will happen. Oh, that's good to hear. I would get a backlog of stuff awaiting my approvals. So I think so far the underlying answer is nothing will happen in the absence of us, the founders.
Okay, that is great to hear. If your business would run smoothly without you being in the room, completely unavailable, that means your business is built for scale. Your foundation is strong. So it's good to hear that the business would run without you in the room. So I believe in this room, we have business owners with businesses at different growth stages. There are some who have already put systems in place. There are some who are probably just getting started. And I believe this will be important and relevant to all of us. And wherever your business stage is at, you are in the right place. So if your business runs smoothly without you, great, you've done a good job. If the team would manage, if your answer was the team would manage, but key decisions would do it for you, that is also good. If things would slow down completely, I think somebody wrote if things would slow down or the business would not even happen, you are in the right place. As we go on with the presentation, you will realize this and you will learn what you can do to move to the stage where your business would run smoothly without you in the room. So interestingly, growth is supposed to make things easier, right? When we start our businesses, we want the business to grow. That's the one thing that every business owner wants. You want growth. Nobody starts a business and thinks, it's okay. If it grows, it's fine. If it doesn't, it's okay. So we want more revenue. More people comes into the business. You're making progress. But this growth, in as much as it's bringing revenue, for many founders, growth also brings a lot of complexity. And that is where the business starts to feel more demanding, heavier, and even difficult to run. So let me ask you again in the chat. When you started, I believe, I don't know, most of us, okay, put in the chat, please, so I can know what or what examples to give. It will guide me on what examples to give. How many years have you been in business? Just type there if it's 2, 3, 10, 5, whatever number of years you've been in business, let me know in the chat. Juliet, you can let me know so I can tailor my presentation and my examples to the room.
We have 5 years, we have 10 years, 1 year, 5 years, 5 years, 8 years, 8 years.
Okay. All right.
The
Okay.
longest we've had is 8 years. Oh, there's somebody with 23 years. But at least
Wow.
2 years is like a startup.
Okay.
23 years, but feels like a startup. Otherwise, the average is, the maximum is 10 years, 8 years, 2 years, 1 year. Okay, yeah, I think that gives a picture of what we have.
Yes, thank you. Thank you all for sharing that. So I want to take you back to 1 year, between 1 year and 3 years. When you started the business, you can remember that feeling where you want your business to grow. You're working, you wake up every day to find customers. You wake up to grow your business. You can remember that feeling. And as the business grew, more customers came in. You probably hired an admin, an accountant. And as the business grew, you added more people. And it felt like progress, right? But with that progress, you realize the business has grown and suddenly there is a lot depending on you. Decisions pile up on your desk. Hiring, you hire more people, but hiring does not reduce the pressure. You have more people to deal with. There are vendors, there are suppliers. Your team has grown, you have more people to manage. And hiring does not reduce pressure, or it does to some extent. You are busy. you're busier than before, but you don't feel free. The freedom that you are seeking in the business, you don't feel it. And revenue grows, but costs and pressure also grow with it. If this sounds familiar, it does not mean you failed. It's usually, that is your sign that your business has reached a stage your current structure can no longer support. So at this stage, where you're feeling, and it can be confusing because growth is a good thing in itself. It's what we all want. But with it, it has brought in a lot of pressure and a lot of complexity that it is confusing. And who is driving the business? Definitely you, the business owner. So at this stage, you don't need motivation. You need clear thinking under pressure, because this clear thinking is what will help you navigate these challenges and help you identify the problems that need to be solved, the source of this pressure, what to do about it. So I have lived the cost of unclear structure. I have lived this. This whole presentation that I'm walking you through, I have lived it. I have run a business that depended on me. I have felt the pressure that comes with growth, more work, more decisions, staff coming to you for answers instead of finding solutions. And it is a lot for one person to handle. At some point, I made decisions I thought would fix this situation. And what were those decisions? The first thing that comes to mind is I need more sales. It is almost the default thing that every business owner gets to. You think you have more sales, I'm fine. And indeed, sales, you need sales for the business to keep running and your doors to remain open. But more sales, you will realize more sales will not fix lack of a clear structure. So you need more sales, more people. Well, for me, those decisions didn't work. And that took me a minute to realize that more sales and hiring more people will not fix a business that depends on you. It will not fix founder dependency. So that's when I started understanding what is actually broken in the business. So today I work with business owners to fix this exact problem that I faced in my business. So there is a question that Juliet asked when we started. And Juliet, if you are able to, could you take us back to the responses that people responded?
The question is, what tasks or decisions that would not happen in your absence? And the responses were money matters, strategic decisions, finances, coordination and operations, all decisions, pricing of products, onboarding of new clients, sales will go down, the business will close. Literally there will be no business and many mistakes. My assistant will take over, nothing will happen. I'll get a backlog of awaiting approvals.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. We'll get back to that, the decisions that only you can make and what you can't, or what you can delegate rather. So why does your business depend on you? Why do the businesses start depending on us? Because ideally, as you grow, you're adding team members. You're adding these team members so that they can perform specific tasks. So you, as the business owner, do not need to perform those tasks. But you will realize that the hiring itself does not fix this. Most businesses don't fail, actually. They outgrow the stage they are structured for. And here on the screen, you can see 4 levels that cause the business to start slowly and bit by bit. They bring the founder dependency into the business. And it is important for me to note that at the beginning, the founder does everything. You sell because you're the one who knows how to. You're the one who understands your vision. You're the one who understands your product. You're the one who understands your customer. So that is necessary. So at level 1, founder as a doer is a necessary step. It is how many businesses start. And the problem is staying here longer than necessary. So at this stage, you're doing everything. You're selling, you're the one hiring, you're the one doing introducing new products, you're the one sorting customer issues, you're the one, if there are challenges, if customers complain, if your product fails, you're the one fixing this. So what does that do to you? It gives you, it overwhelms you. Just naturally, that will overwhelm you. And you realize that nothing moves without you. At this stage, you probably have 2 or 3 staff, the key staff. You probably have an admin, you have an accountant, and yeah, probably those 2 to start with. So at this level 1, you're busy all the time, but nothing moves without you. The illusion here, what many business owners naturally default to is, I need to hire more people. Once I hire, things will get easier. But there is a hidden trap there. The business has no structure outside of you. Like I explained, you're the one who understands this business. You're the one who knows the ins and outs of this business. So hiring more people at this point will not solve the problem. And because you're very stretched, you're overwhelmed, what will happen? What is likely to happen at this stage is that something will break. You're stretched to capacity, you're doing everything. So what will break first is not even the business. It is you, the business owner, your personal capacity. You're operating at your full capacity. So that gives you overwhelm and you start feeling like burnout. Then the next level is founder as a manager. Remember, at level 1, you're doing everything. You're the salesperson, you're the accountant, you're the HR, you're everything. So now you have a team. You have a team, but this team depends on you to make decisions. So they come to you with problems and they expect you to give you solutions. So you're managing the business. You're the one figuring out how is this business gonna get 20 more customers. You're the one figuring out which product or which service is not meeting the need that we have, which one is selling more, which one is not, which one to drop, which one to introduce, which one to tweak. You're managing the business from finances to HR and to day-to-day running. So you feel like, yes, I have a team, but this team is not delivering. I still feel stretched. I feel like I'm the one carrying the business alone. And the most likely instinct will lead you to thinking, I need better people. I need to hire better people. But at this stage, the people are not the problem. If you look keenly, you will realize the structure around them is the problem, or lack of structure is the problem. So here, what you're dealing with, or the risk, the challenge here is that decision making is still centralized to you. You're the one making every decision. And somebody shared that they make every decision in their business. So it is important to say that many SMEs get stuck here at level 2 for years. Now, at level 3, systems do the work for you. They do the heavy lifting. And you will know that because the experience you have is you're relieved. You're no longer doing everything. You're no longer making all the decisions. Of course, definitely, there are key decisions that will forever remain with the founder, but you're not making all the decisions. So what happens in this stage? When you step away, things run smoothly. And if they don't run smoothly, the team knows what to do. So now you're relieved and you relax, you feel good, my business is working, income, I have customers, I'm making money, and my business is growing. But the illusion here, or the risk, is what you're likely to think is, if I document everything, I am done. The business will continue running like that. But the risk here is that these systems that you have put in place, if there's no ownership, they will still collapse. For example, you have an SOP, a standard operating procedure. You've written down how we do our sales. Step 1, lead generation, and you've put the steps down for the team, and you've handed the SOP to the team, and you tell them this is how we do it. You've probably even trained them. But until the team owns that, you probably have a sales manager or head of business. Until that person owns that, and not just the responsibility of sales, I need to bring in sales, but they go a step further and realize that if I don't bring, it is my responsibility to bring in sales, and if I don't bring sales, then the business fails. So they started thinking at your level or closer to your level, how you look at the business. It's not just the task, but the outcome. So this is where founder dependence starts breaking at level 3. At level 4, already your business is running, okay? The team has stepped up, the systems are doing the work, you have procedures that you follow, you have a systematic way your business runs, and you have tools, AI tools, you have automation. So your business is working okay. And you would think, this is it. Now I'm set to scale. But there's this level 4 where leaders improve the business. So these things at this stage improve without your direct involvement. You probably have a GM who can run your business even for a month without you being present. Why? Because first of all, you have already defined clear roles, clear responsibilities. You have a process of how things are done in this business, and you have tools and systems to support that. So that enables the team to run the business without necessarily having you in the room day to day. So things run without your direct involvement. But now the risk here is that if leaders are not developed intentionally, their capacity, their skill, sell your vision to them, then you'll find you stagnate at that level. Your revenue stagnates at that level. Your team growth stagnates at that level. So to give you a practical example, you probably have an office, your business in Nairobi, and that is where you've grown from level 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and it's running okay. And the next level for you would probably be to have a branch open a branch in Mombasa, open a branch in Kisumu. So if at this stage, level 4, the leader's capacity is not developed intentionally, your vision is sold to them and you have a buy-in, then you will find that you plateau at that level. If you go to open another branch, you will find you're starting at probably at level 2 at the new branch, and then you work again to that level. Let me know if we are together. Please give me thumbs up if we are together. Give me thumbs up if we are together. Okay. So in Africa, especially, we do not, founders or business owners don't think of themselves or realize or recognize themselves as a bottleneck in their own businesses. So this concept of you being the bottleneck in your business, you being the point where, okay, let me say the point of weakness where everything is unable to scale beyond you. It is a concept that business owners are accepting slowly. And honestly, not many people would just openly think, oh, you don't wake up any day and think I'm a bottleneck in my business. So let's look at this. How is the founder, or how does the founder become a bottleneck in their business? Our topic today is founder dependence, how it forms, what to do about it, how it looks like. So you're not a problem. You're not the problem in your business. But if your business depends on you to function, to run, nothing can happen without you in the room. You are the system in your business. So in many growing businesses, you will realize this run through you. You're the one making the decisions. You're the one doing the approvals, whether it's proposals, whether it's the budget, whether it's hiring. You're the one managing client relationships, vendors relationships. And you will know this because clients will bypass the team and call you directly. Vendors will want to talk to you only. Sales, you're the one handling or overseeing the sales. Escalations all run through you. What I'm describing here is a founder-dependent business. So decisions, approvals, client relationships, including escalations, run through you. So what will happen is for the team to move, for the team to act, they will come to you to approve. Can we do this? Rather than coming to you and say, there is this customer, this is the situation, this is what I think we should do. And this is why. They will come and say something like, we have this customer, there are these complaints, what do we do? So they come for answers from you, which it may look like a good thing, but it entrenches the dependence culture. So many growing businesses, you'll find this is how they run. The business owner makes the decisions, approvals, and client relationships are handled by them. So when this happens, if you look at it, you are the bottleneck. And the business won't be able to do these things to function without you in the middle. So this founder dependence, why does it matter? Why should we really get concerned about it? Why do we care about it? So at this point, this is not about overwhelm. Founder dependence has real costs, and it costs your business in many ways and in big ways that affects and limits your growth. So let's think about it. If revenue depends on you, you're the one doing the sales. Every deal requires you to close. What happens when you step away? The 2 weeks that we spoke about, revenue depends on you. You're the one who knows the business's deal pipeline. You're the one who knows which customer is at what stage. So revenue definitely slows down. What does that do to your business? Cash flow gets delayed because billings and collections need your push. Most businesses, they're businesses who get paid upfront. They're businesses who get paid by milestones. They're businesses who get paid probably after you deliver a service or a product. So if you are the one, if you're the one to follow up with the billings, you're the one who will oversee the billings and remind the team and get them to do it, then if this very function needs your push, then you'll find that you're getting into a cash flow crisis because the team will not get you the payments on time. There's getting the payment and there's getting the payment on time. It makes a big difference. Then margins shrink. You're delivering service or product, you're doing a project, but because the team waits on you, for direction, for instructions, because there's no written process, there's no clear procedure of how things are done, there's no clear way of delivering services, then you'll find that there are a lot of errors in service delivery. There is rework because of those errors. You do extra unpaid work, and the decisions are inconsistent. So you as the business owner, there's a way you expect things to get done, but the team does not know that. And in the absence of clear written procedures, then the team will depend on what you said, the understanding and the interpretation of how you described the delivery. Then your team does not fully step up because you've given them the responsibility, but you have not delegated the ownership. There's a difference between delegating a task and getting the team accountable for the results of that responsibility. And the pressure that comes with this, it never ends. And you realize that the one thing that the founders wanted the most, the very thing that made you even start this business, the freedom to step back, the financial freedom, you don't have it. So this is really why founder dependence is something every business owner needs to be conscious of and work towards resolving. So founder dependence doesn't happen overnight. It'll start with small things, small negligible things that can easily be overlooked. Somebody forgot to call a customer back. Somebody delayed to respond to a customer. And then these mistakes compound. So this customer didn't get their answers on time, so they moved on to the next company, to the next service provider. And slowly, these things compound. And before you even know it, the business is in a stage where you need to unravel so much before you even start building the systems that will support its growth. So, what needs to change then? How do we solve this? If the issue is not doing more, because doing more, you have grown your business this far through effort. But at this point where the business has grown, you have more team, you have more customers, effort alone will not help you grow the business further. So something needs to change. So what then needs to change? This is where the framework that Juliet mentioned comes in, the code framework. So first, the very first thing that needs to change is clarity. Not just your vision, you need clarity on your business. And this, by clarity here, I mean you need to be clear on what actually drives results in your business. And by results, I could say what product, for example, brings you more revenue. What are customers most interested in buying among all your products? What are your customers interested in buying more? What decisions do you need to make? And what decisions don't you need to make? What you don't need to make, you need to delegate to the team. And what work should move without your input. Not every work needs your input. There's the strategic work and there's the delivery work. So clarity here will help you understand this, and this will help you start putting the structures in place. So that is the C in this framework, code framework. It is about your vision, your strategy, and your priorities. Then operations. This is the structure and the systems stage. And let me just say that these operations is really the engine of your business. Your systems, your tools, your structure will determine how your business grows, to what level, and if it scales. So basically here, the operations looks at how work gets done without your direct involvement, clear ownership, and the systems to support it. Then direction is your leadership and decision making. You as the business owner, how are you making decisions that affect your growth or limit your growth? And in this code, the direction pillar, it is all about the priorities, how you make decisions, and how you implement your vision. What do we do next? Where do we need to be in the next, by end of the year? Where do we need to be? By end of 5 years, where do we need to be? So that the team stops depending on you. By this time, you probably have an operations manager. As your business has grown, you have an operations manager, you probably have a GM. So these people should be able to run your business in your absence. So this operations manager and your GM, you develop them so much so that they're able to step in for you and run the business. And finally, execution. This is basically how you deliver your work, your services, your products, sales, and delivery. From the moment you bring in a customer, how you serve that customer, all the way to getting paid. This is the execution pillar. And don't forget that this framework is solving founder dependence. So every pillar here works towards eliminating the founder dependence, getting you less involved in the business so you can focus on growth and strategic work. If you're together, give me a thumbs up. I don't want to lose you or leave you behind. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you for that. So this code framework applied in a real business, what this looks like in a real business. So Njambi is a business owner. She's a founder who runs a wellness and vitality and anti-aging business. Njambi is hardworking. She's grown her business. She has a team. She has customers. Her services are in demand. So she looks like her business is doing well. And indeed, it is doing well. But inside, the experience is different. Decisions, she wakes up every day and finds that the decisions are piling up faster than she can resolve them because the team keeps escalating. The team waits on her for solutions. There was too much manual work and repetitive tasks in her business, and customer experience was inconsistent. Remember, in a wellness business, they work with through bookings. So right from the bookings, things were going wrong because there was too much manual work. The booking, sometimes they were double booking, and sometimes customers came and had to wait for a long time. And that was Njambi's challenge. So when she reached out to me, we started with clarifying who decides what, basically putting structures in place, who decides what in this business. And as a business owner, it is easy to say, I decide. But if you are the one who decides everything in your business, you will be overwhelmed. You can't keep up. So for Njambi, that was the case. She was getting more overwhelmed, more stretched by the day. And the team knew this is my responsibility, but they didn't have that sense of ownership that we shouldn't lose a customer. We have to do things this way so we don't lose customers. So we clarified who decides what, who owns what outcomes, who is responsible for what, beyond the job description, and simplified how works get done. Then we introduced our tools to remove repetitive work. So Jambi sent me this message later. Hi, Rachel. I really appreciate your insights. You helped me see that the problem was not effort. I was missing structures across business. That has given me so much clarity, and the team now understands how to own outcomes. I'm on the path to building a business that does not depend on me for everything. So you can see the relief that we talked about at stage 3 came through for her. And this is what the code framework helps you achieve in your business. So as I come to a close, so we can go to Q&A. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this is your business does not slow down because you need to do more or you're not doing enough. It slows down because there's too much depending on you. There's too much depending on you that needs to be delegated, but hasn't yet. And at this stage, it can look like a people problem. You feel like the team is the problem. Maybe you need better people. You need to hire more people. It can feel like a sales problem. If we only sold more, my business would thrive. But often it is a structure problem. And structure manifests itself in many ways. Lack of structure manifests itself as a people problem, a sales problem, just the team forgetting something. So the first step is simple. Start by identifying where your business still depends on you. That's really the very first step. Where do decisions still wait for you? Where does work need to be approved before it moves? Or where do people come to you for approval before they act? Where does your team come back to you instead of owning? They come to you for answers instead of finding the solutions themselves and coming to you with options. Because there is really where your growth is being limited. And if you're seeing yourself in this, what I have been explaining, it doesn't mean your business is failing. It simply means you've grown and your structure has not evolved to support the growth. So this is the work I do with founders, helping them see their business clearly, where the business is dependent on them and what needs to change and how to fix that so the business can run and grow without them being involved in everything. Yeah, so at this point, I'm going to hand back this session to Juliet. And Juliet, you can guide us on the next step.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for that presentation. Kindly use the emojis to appreciate Rachel for that presentation. And as we do that, we were meant to finish at 9. We have 2 minutes to 9. With your permission, can we extend to 9:05? If that's okay, give me a thumbs up so that we can have a question or two to finish at 9:05. And from that last comment from Rachel, I can see most of, like the question we had asked at the beginning, it's partially answered. You need to identify where your business still depends on you. So as we near the closing, thanks for the thumbs up. I promise we'll finish at 9:05. So I'll allow a question or two because I don't see any questions on the chat. Oh, there's one from Jackie. She says, what am I supposed to do when what I thought was business growth turned to business stagnation? Rachel, in a minute, can you please respond to that?
Okay. So the question is what you're supposed to do when you thought what was growth has stagnated, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. There's no one way to answer this question because there could be a lot. There could be a lot. We need to start by identifying what has worked and what has not worked. Then we can get into why. Because remember, founder dependence is not the only thing that limits your growth. There are many other things. There's pricing, there's the product itself, there's the market fit, there's the team supporting the product or the service. So to answer you effectively, I would need a little bit of context. Then I can give you more accurate information. But if this is in related directly to founder dependence, then I would say that the very, very first step you can take is to look at where the team is depending on you. And then you can work from that point to bring in structures, to add systems, and to delegate.
Okay. Jackie, I hope that answers your question. Chama, thank you for the comment. As a business owner, we tend to do everything. We need to be more trusting and delegate. I agree. Thank you for that. Maybe, Rachel, you can also share your contacts for people that have follow-up questions. Any other question on the chat, please, so that we wrap up? I don't see another question. Jackie says, I think I will need to further have a chat with Rachel. I believe Rachel would be open for that, so thank you. Any other
Jackie, I've noted that.
Okay, ladies.
I'm going to share my contact with Rehab, and then she can share. I had input the contact in the presentation.
Thank you, Rachel. We appreciate you for those insights. And let me just highlight a few things that have come out of that presentation. Number one, sales and new hires will not fix your founder dependency. Most businesses don't fail. They outgrow the space they were initially structured for. Rachel also shared with us, if leaders are not developed intentionally, your business will stagnate. And finally, founder dependency doesn't happen overnight. She shared with us the code framework, clarity, operations, and executions. And the parting shot is, identify where the business still depends on you, and let's begin to work on it. So at that point, I want to invite us, those that are joining us for the very first time, and you're not members of FOWEK, Rahab will be sharing information on how you can join us. Please feel free to join and grow with us. And as our President Vicky shared at the very beginning, we will have this conversation going on this platform every 2 weeks. So kindly share topics of interest. I hope this session today was inspirational, and I do hope that we will be seeing more of you. We'll be growing our businesses together. Again, like Vicky said at the beginning, having those very difficult conversations about your businesses. And on that note, allow us to end this meeting. It's 3 minutes after 9. Thank you for the feedback on the chat. Matisha, you say, congratulations, Madam Rachel. Nyambura, you say, thank you, Rachel. Great presentation and insight. I need to get a contact if possible. Yes, the contact will be shared by Rahab. I appreciate the knowledge and the simplified, this implemented. I see progress from tonight. Thank you so much, Zoom user. Emma, you say amazing insights right there. Thank you, Rachel. Appreciated. Rahab has put a link there for those that are not yet FOWEK members. Please take note so that you can plug in and be part of us. Florence, Vicky, Winnie, you say thank you, Rachel. Phyllis, you say great presentation. Thanks. Hope the sessions are recorded. Rahab, you can confirm that the sessions are recorded and will be able to share. Madam Vicky has said key insight structure problems can manifest as other problems. Thank you, Rachel. I want to keep my word. It's 5 minutes after 9. So thank you, ladies, and see you on the next webinar. Please keep connected to the FOWEK pages. We'll be letting you know when our session is and the next topic for discussion. Otherwise, do have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed morning and week ahead.